Hi book dragons, I'm back. I haven't vlogged this whole week, really. I've been a little bit under the weather. I have not been feeling my best, but I'm feeling a little bit better. So I wound up going to Book Fest at Barnes& and Noble in Union Square, and basically it's where the publishers come and like kind of do arc drops, basically. And I am gonna make this my peace talks vlog. I do feel a little bit congested and I really haven't been vlogging a lot this week just because I've been super tired and it's been like a busy week. But I do want to start this off with a book haul, and then I just kind of want to talk about my plans for the weekend. Honestly, I'm just laying low. I'm resting. I probably should just take it easy and hope it doesn't turn into a sinus infection. I think it's just a cold, but I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. So I went to Barnes & Noble Fest, or Book Fest at Barnes & Noble, and it was really, really fun. It was probably one of the better, like, book events I've gone to, just because it's all ticketed. So like I feel like in that situation for arcs and such, the publishers have a really good idea of how many books they should bring. So I've made it a goal of myself to really only get physical arcs of fantasy books because that's normally what I physically read. Now you are gonna see some like contemporary books and other things like that, but these are the best. I got like 32 books, which is pretty exciting. I'm like so exhausted. I'm like so low energy. I'm so sorry. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys the fantasy books that I got, the ones that I'm like really excited for, and then we're gonna kind of go down the list of the books I don't really know anything about but seemed interesting and were pitched to me. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so sorry. The first couple of books that I got, this one was from Teen. It's called Vesuvius. End is Coming, Gods Are Watching. And this is nominated for Indie Next. It comes out in June. So in the days before Mount Vesuvius destroys Pompeii, this queer historical fantasy is a meet cute with an explosive fallout. So that one sounds really interesting. I also got The Neverless by Jade Presley. Why choose one when you can have them all? And this is four princes of luminous need a mate, and everyone wants a chance except for her. And this comes out in April, I think. And it's a Red Tower book, so I am sure there's going to be a stunning edition available at some point. And then I also got Birth of a Dynasty by Shinzo Badu. A combining political cheese if she became the sun with the gorgeous world building of Children, Blood, and Bone. This is a epic fantasy centered on three families' fight for power in Ella, where magic is feared, giants are real, and prophecy holds sway. And this does not come out until July. I also got a book called Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. She is the author that wrote Magnolia Parks. And this is a Bloom book, and I didn't know she was coming out with a fantasy. So yeah. It says, I have no idea what this book's about, but it comes out in April, and it's Bloom Books. It's called The Conditions of Will. It looks like it's a fantasy. So yeah, those are a couple of the books, and I'm gonna get to the rest of the fantasy, and I'm gonna save my final books, the ones that I'm like really excited for last, in this little section. Sometimes this is why I like going to cons, because you find about books you've never heard of. These are a couple that I've never heard of. The Sun Blessed Prince by Lizzie Bird is from Penguin Random House. And it is a battle-weary prince that meets a reluctant assassin, but could their bond end the war? So that one sounds really interesting, and it comes out... Oh, it doesn't tell me when it comes out. But yeah, that one sounds interesting. So it's called The Sun Blessed King. It's The Sun Blessed Prince. I also got Skip Shot by Carolyn McDonald, and this is Love is Power. Time is Power, Love is Revolution. Set in a universe where time is key to power and privilege, this dazzling, inventive, genre-defying fantasy is the first in a duology for best-selling author Karen Delano, a troubled schoolgirl and a traveling salesman, and this comes out in June. That one sounds... I love this cover. It's blue. I also got Coffee Shops in the Alternative Universe by C.B. Lee, and this is a geeking overachiever determined to save the world through science and heartbreak, chooses one lashing out against her destiny meet into this magical coffee shop as two very different universes is in this fun, sapphic, cozy fantasy YA romance. So, I'm really excited for that one. And then I also got Voices of the Ocean by Kelsey Amishabi. From the popular content creator Kelsey follows a daring young siren who defies her people to save a human prince under the ancient magics and igniting a dangerous romance in dangerous water. This comes out in April, so that one looks really, really cool. Now, these are the books that I at least have heard of. So, like, when I saw them, I was like, oh my goodness, this is really, really exciting. So let's get into those. So one book that I heard about this book at not at YALLFest, and I didn't get it. It was like His Face is the Sun by Michelle Jabez Corpria. This one comes out in May. It's called Princess, Priestess, Rebel, Thief. And this is one that everyone wanted at Source Books Fire, and I didn't get there, so I picked this one up. It's very, very chunky. And it comes out in May. So this one's one I hope to read soon. I also got a book called The Beautiful and Terrible Murder by Clara M. Andrews. She also wrote Daughter of Sparta, which I was interested in, but this cover is just stunning. And yeah, this book comes out in August. So I also got a book that I have an e-arc of called The Lost Queen by Emmy Pham. This one comes out in May. I love this cover so much. I did have an e-arc, but I read my physical books a lot quicker. I also got Embrace the Serpent by Suna Mar, which is, I don't know what this book's about, but I remember the cover sounds. A dangerous geo could cost a kingdom or destroy its king's heart. I love this cover. It's very, very pretty. I also got, okay, I'm going to say this one for my last one. Because like some of these, like, I was like shocked by. Behoove by M. Stevenson is a My Lady Jane made legends and lattes in this charming slow-burn romantasy featuring a duty-bound nobleman with a chronic illness and a prince who'd rather be in the library than on a throne, and a magical ride through a world of cozy enchantment. Wow, I'm excited for this one. That one sounds so cool. Very, very pretty cover. I also got a copy of Honeysuckle and Bone, which means I can return my book to the library because now that I have a copy, I don't have to take the library one. Okay, and then these are like the 5 books that like made my like fantasy life. I got The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, which everyone and their mother wanted, but they had so many copies. I would be shocked if people like missed this book because they really had a lot. Comes out in May. I really hope to read it. My friend has already claimed her copy when I'm done with it. So, and then I also got another romantasy, Firebird by Juliet Cross, which I'm really excited for. I have read stuff by Juliet Cross before, and I'm really excited for this one. And then I also got A Theory of Dreaming by Ava Reid, which I have really liked her first book in the series. So this is the sequel, and I hope to read it soon. And then my book that made me screech was Lady Night by Amy Kaufman and Meg Spooner. I love Amy Kaufman so much, and I just want this book in my possession. I may read it next week, to be super honest. So, yeah. Those are all the fantasy books that I got, and now we're going to get into, like, the other books that I just picked up that seemed interesting. I definitely curled myself in a lot because there were a lot more options, but these are the ones that just seemed interesting to me. So here's just a stack of random romances I picked up. I got Love in Focus by Lila Lee. This is coming out in May, and it is Everyone Deserves a Do-Over. And yeah, I'm excited for this one. I also got Julie Tudor Is Not a Psychopath by Jennifer Hollis, was a Lunar in the Name of True Love. Yeah, this one sounds interesting. She's not a stalker. This cover just was funny. And then I also got A Killer Getaway by Sienna Sharp. Falling in Love Can Be Murder. I don't know what this book's about, but it comes out in August. And then I also got A Poisoner's Tale by Carolyn Kemp. And this has to do with like a murder in Rome in like 1632. So it's like a historical mystery maybe. This cover was intriguing. Alright, let's get into the other ones. So these are the final stack. I got Glass Girl by Diana Shuka, which comes out in September. And it's an electricizing of a former child medium who was forced to face her alien inheritance and the ghost she left behind. Ooh, that one sounds interesting. I also got Audra and Bash Are Just Friends, which I love, of Friends to More Romance by Tia Williams. This comes out in May. I also got Leaving the Station by Jack Marlowe Hollow. And this is Nino Core meets Alison Detrick in a cross-country journey of identity, love, friendship as Zora tries to figure out her life one train stop at a time. And I love this cover. It's really, really cute. And then we have another one by Kate Alice Marshall, We All Won't Survive. Everyone Has Something to Hide. This one comes out in July. And then I also, they had like a romance table. And I got Stuck Up and Stupid by Anna Nicole Rice and Kate Rice. So, ooh, and this one is like a Hollywood themed romance. And then I also got A First Time for Everything by K.L. Walter. I have like so many books by this author, like various cons that I've gone to, so I really do want to give them a shot. And then I also got Wandering Wild by Lynette Nomi, who I have read other books by her. So this is her foray into contemporary, which I was intrigued by. And then Gabriela Gamez was signing. She was signing her book, so I got it signed, and I hope to read it soon. I also got another Julia Cross. I got Rebel Without Claws. It's a Southern Charm. I did start reading this series, and I got a little bit distracted, but yeah. And then I also got Get Real, Chloe Torres, which is it's like a cross-country road trip sapphic romance. And then I also got Pioneer Summer, which I don't know what this book's about. But yeah, another gay romance. So yeah, and then I bought myself 2 books because we are in the middle of peace talks. So I bought myself The Babysitters Club, Mallory and the Trouble Twins. And I also bought myself Crumble by Meredith and Andrea Bell. And so I think my plan is I'm just going to go read. Oh, and I also got this book, which I thought was cute. There's a cat book on it. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put my books away. I'm going to go sit down and I'm going to go read something. And I may just come back. But I think I'm going to start with this for Peace Talks. And my goal is, I think, is to spend this weekend, because I get burned out if that's all I read is like quick things. I just get burned out. So I'm 212 pages into Dagger in the Flame by Catherine Doyle. And I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to read like a quick thing, and then I'm going to read 50 pages of this. And it will help my brain a little bit. I'm also watching Big Bang Theory, which is like my comfort show. Whenever I'm sick, I either watch that or I watch Gilmore Girls. And this like month I've just been sick a lot, and I think it's because the first half of the year I didn't really get sick. I was super healthy, but not at the moment. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go put everything away. I just got home. Thank God I didn't have to walk home. But I'm going to go put my books away, and I think I'm going to pick up The Babysitters Club, read this, and then I think I'm going to give you guys an update, and then I think I'm going to read 50 pages of this and see how that goes. But yeah, the event was super fun, and I will definitely do vlogs about all of these, like, in the upcoming weeks. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon for another update. And we're going to get reading for Peace Talks, because we have to make sure that stingers win. Hello, check-ins, I'm back. I definitely feel better than yesterday. But I did wind up finishing Mallory and the Trouble Twins by a new author, Alarie Norpa. It's the same series, but every like 4 books, they tend to get like a new author to do like a 4-book mini-series in the section. And I had a really, really fun time with this book. I gave it 4 stars, and it was a Mallory-focused book, which we haven't really had yet. So I really liked that, and I love twins, and it was just a fun story. I gave it 4 stars, and I'm probably going to toss it in my classroom or see if my librarian wants it. And then I wound up reading to page 261 in The Dagger in the Flame by Catherine Doyle, and I'm really, really liking this book as well. I'm definitely reading it slower because I have been sick, but I am liking it. I think it's a fun story. Like, you basically have these 2 gangs. You have our main character Serafina and our other main character Ransom, and they are kind of in opposite sides of this gang war, but there is something happening that they're kind of forced to work together, and about these monsters that are being created. And that's really all that I'm going to say, because I'm pretty far into this book. I'm like halfway into it, but I'm having a fun time with it. It's a quick book, and I'm liking it. It's definitely keeping my interest. It's definitely going to be a 4 or 5-star read for me, and I'm having a great time with it. Like, I like the characters. We have enough side characters. There is an animal companion in this story. I like the world. It definitely is a city-based story, which means I can count it, and a romance. I have read from this author before, so it'll give me a lot of bonus points for my team. So, yeah, I'm going to read to page 330 on my next like mini sprint, or my 332 on my next mini sprint. So I'll have another bit to talk about, but because it is a weekend reading where I'm supposed to read some small things, I literally just bought this yesterday, Crumble by Patricia McClan and Andrea Bell, and I'm going to read this next and then come back and give you guys an update on Crumble because it's a graphic novel, and then I'll update on the next 60 pages of this. So this is my next goal. So in an ideal world, I should be able to finish a couple of graphic novels and a book today. And I like this a lot more because it's kind of helping with my focus because I have been struggling. But yeah, and I'm also watching Big Bang Theory as my comfort show. So, alright, I'm gonna go read this, go read 60 pages of this, and then I'll give you guys an update when I'm done. Bye. Book Dragons, I'm back. It's about 4:19 and I did wind up finishing Crumble, which I gave 4 stars to 3.5 stars. It was a really quick read. I think it had to do a lot with grief and, you know, family dynamics and kind of new family situations. It had a tinge of magic, a lot of friendship dynamics, and it was fun. I think that it was a quick read. I don't think it was super memorable, but I'm happy that I read it. It was another fun one. So another book down, and this was used for, I think, attacking. Sorry, wrong with piece. I did not follow the rules. And then I read another like 60 pages in Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle, and I'm really liking this book. Like, this is a solid read. It's definitely going to be at least 4 stars. Like, I'm liking it. It's definitely like a love to hate dynamic, but it does gear into friendship, which I always like. I like when the relationship sort of makes sense. We have a lot of side characters that are fun. We have a very clear war element, like a mystery element that's kind of taking you through the story. I didn't really talk a ton about this because when I got far into this book, it was like 250 pages in. So I'll talk a little bbit about it now. But basically, you have these 2 characters and they're in opposite gangs. And there is shade that kind of uses for magic. But in this society, our main character, Seraphina's mother, was in charge of sort of making these demons, and that's kind of the mystery that's kind of taking you through the story, how to kill these. And now these 2 characters are kind of forced to work together, even though that Ransom is supposed to kill Seraphina, and that's like his mark. And if his boss finds out that like he's working with her, he's gonna die, and that has become like his surrogate father. I really do like all the side characters in this story. It's a very quick read, and I'm on page 332, and I have like about maybe like 150 pages left. So yeah, I'm going to go read the next section of this, but I'm also going to read a Cupcake Diaries graphic novel. This is the only one that I can get on my Kindle without buying it, so I'm going to attach a photo here of it, and then the next time you guys see me, I will have read that, and then I will have read to page 407 in this. So that will be my goal, and then we're going to kind of figure out where we are in time-wise. Right now it's almost 4:30, so yeah, I definitely feel a little bit better. Like, last night when I got home, I was like shot. I felt really tired, but I do feel a little bit better, which is good. And this is hitting, so this is hitting, which is really nice to see. I feel like what I might read after this, just to kind of like keep me going, is I might read The Invocators by Crystal Sutherland, which is another like mystery themed book. So this may get read next. But I definitely need something that's going to keep me reading. So I'm going to go read that, watch a little bit more Big Bang Theory. I'm on season 5. And then when I come back, I will give you guys an update on both that and Katie Batter Up. Big Dragons, it is Sunday. I'm definitely feeling a little bit better, which is good, but I'm still going to take it easy tomorrow because the goals are going to work tomorrow. But I did wind up finishing Katie Batter Up, which is a Cupcake Diaries graphic novel adaptation, and I gave that book 3 stars. I think it was really fun. It was a quick read, very like Babysitter's Club-esque with like a lot of like, you know, kid drama, but it was fun. I liked it. And now the next one I'm going to pick up is Alexis and the Perfect Recipe from the Cupcake Diaries. That's another book that like is in that little series. So I'm gonna read that one next, and just try to keep going like 1 so I have a little bit of like a balance. So yeah, and then I also got up to page, sorry, I'm a little bit off my thing. You can't really see me that well because I'm on like a little bit of an angle, but I'm also got up to page 400 in The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle, and I'm really liking this book quite a bit. I have about 80 pages left, so the next time you see me I will have finished this book. I'm really liking this. There has been a lot of unexpected twists and turns in this story that have definitely kept me guessing. I like the romance, I like the vibes, I like the setting, I like the characters. Right now it's probably gonna get like a 4.5 star for me. I think it's just the length that I read it, but I'm having a really fun time with it. So the next time you see me, I will have finished this, and I will have finished this, and this will be 3 things for Peace, well, technically 4 things for Peace Talks. So yeah, I'm gonna go read, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi Food Dragons, I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. It is a little bit later. I'm still not feeling 100%, so I think I'm just going to go to the doctor tomorrow, which I haven't done in a bit, and see if there's anything they can do. But I did wind up finishing Dagger and the Flame, which I gave 4 stars to. I think that I really enjoyed this book. I think it was a solid romantasy with enough stuff that I liked. I thought that I had fun characters, it had a fun concept. It was a slow burn romantasy, which is something I tend to gravitate towards. I think I'm gonna love the second book. I think that this book had some pacing issues because it is so long, and I feel like the pacing was a little bit off, but overall I really liked the world and the characters. And there was enough to pull me into the story even without our 2 leads. Like, it was a nice solid story, so I gave this book 4 stars. Also, I read Alexis and the Best Recipe. I will attach a photo here. This is another like really super cute graphic novel. I gave it 3 stars. It was fun. It was a quick read. Really good for points. So I'm always struggle when I do like these readathons because I don't know if I want to like read like smaller things. Like, I sometimes struggle with those. So what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm just gonna pick up something short and like do one more pure read for this, and then I think I may just like, I'm also really in a slump. Like, I'll be honest, I'm really slumping super hard, so I don't know what I want to read, and maybe it's because I'm not feeling the best and my brain is like a little bit all over the place. So what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna pick up another graphic novel. Actually, I think this is what I'm gonna do. I think I'm going to read Delicious in the Dungeon by Rory Caillou, and this is a thing that I got out from my library. And then I'm going to read about 100 pages of Breath of the Dragon and see how I feel about this. Just to kind of wrap up this vlog, and I realize I may not read both of these, like I may not finish this, but I want to see how I'm feeling with that, because I do have 2 vlogs I would like to do. I want to do a sequel vlog where I finally read Rebel Witch. So what I think I'm gonna do is I am going to go read this, see how long this takes me, see if I like it, and then after I finish this I'm gonna read about like 100 pages of this, and then just see how long it takes me to get to this point, because I have read stuff by Fondly before and I have liked it. I think this will be like a fast-paced read. So yeah, I'm gonna go read Delicious in the Dungeon by Rory Caillou, keep on watching The Big Bang Theory, and then I'm gonna read 50 pages of this and then kind of give you guys like a time check, like time-wise where we are. So that is my plan. I will come back when I have some thoughts, but I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. The check-ins, I'm back. So I did wind up reading one more thing for Peace Talks weekend, or the Gala of Peace, and it was one of the last, I still have a couple more, but it was one of the last books I could get for free from the Cupcake Diaries series, so I will attach a photo of that here. All 3.5 stars. Like, I really like them. They're fun, they're quick, they're super digestible, and I read 3 of those that weekend, so that was like a majority of what I read. I started off the weekend with The Babysitter's Club, The Mallory Trouble and Trouble of Twins, and this is probably my favorite book I read the whole weekend, like my favorite graphic novel by far. I had a fun time with it, gave it 4 stars. Then I read Crumble by Matthew McClan and Andrew Bell, and this one I gave 3 stars to. And then I read the 3 Cupcake Diaries in I think I read like 3, 4, and 5, or 3, 4, and 6. I think I read a bunch of those, and I gave them all 3 stars. They were really fun. And then my big book that I read was A Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle, which I gave 4 stars to. So yeah, I had a pretty good reading week overall, pretty good. Yeah, so that was my Gala of Peace, and I'm just hoping next week I get some books that I actually want to read on here, because I've been struggling with some interest levels. So I'm gonna go start that vlog. You guys will see that next, and let's hopefully we find some 5 stars, because that's really what your girl's looking for.